Hi, Tommy Aldermate, and tonight this is just a brief look at both the Europa League knockouts and the Europa Conference. Like the Champions League, when I go over the draw, and I'll also show the potential route paths, what teams can do. Remember, teams have conceded based on how they finished in the league. So, for England represented. Let's look at the full draw for the last 16 of the Europa League now. For England represented by both Man United and Tottenham, who, let's be honest, probably their only realistic chances now of getting any sort of European football next year, which is by winning this tournament. Man United really having a bad season in the league. Spurs aren't doing much better, and neither of them are in the domestic cup competition. So Spurs face a tough tie away AC Alkmaar. You've also reached the Dutch Cup final as well, and Alkmaar fancy chances. They're currently in 6th place. Steaua Bucharest, or FC SB as they're called, and there's a big debate going on about who owns the right to the name FC Steaua Bucharest. They're currently top of the Romanian top flight, and they're facing Olympic Lyon, who are currently 6th in the French league. I know they've had a lot of issues off the pitch, but seems to be sorting themselves out. The next tie is an interesting one. It's Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, who are facing Rangers. So Rangers will be chuffed at this stage to still be in Europe, especially as they're not having a great season in the SPL. They're way behind Celtic. They're clear of Hibernian and Aberdeen, but they'll be looking at this as maybe European success, a chance to win this trophy. The next tie is Real Sociedad, and they're facing Man United. As I said, we all know what's happening with United. They're out the FA Cup and penalties to Fulham the other day. Sociedad themselves are 9th at the moment, so probably fancy United solo tours, but you never mind. Now the next tie is going to be a very interesting one. Ajax, after a few seasons of mediocrity, are now top of the Dutch league. They're currently 6 points clear of 2nd place PSV, and they face my German side, Eintracht Frankfurt, who are currently in 3rd place. And don't get me wrong, Frankfurt have held their own against big clubs over the years, and I'm hoping to win, and I'm going to actually tip them to do this. The next one's an interesting one. It's ACS Roma, currently in Serie A. They're in 8th, so they're not in the title race, and they're quite a few points, they're 4 points off the European places. And a few years ago they were finalists in the Europa Conference competition. They're facing Atletico Bilbao, who are currently in 4th place, who lost to Atletico Madrid at the weekend. Then you've got Norwegian champions Bodo Glimt, who recently won the league. At the moment they're having their what you call golden spell again, and they're facing Europa Conference winners from last season, Olympiacos, who are currently top of the Greek league. They're 5 points clear of AK, and this is a tough one to call because Bodo have hold their nerve in Europe, and the home form's not been too bad, so I'm going to put this down as being a draw. And the final one is Czech side Pilsen, who are currently 2nd in the Czech league, but they're playing at home to Lazio, are currently in 4th. Sorry, they're in 5th currently, and they had that win away at AC Milan. Personally, I don't see anything but a Lazio win at the moment. So anyway, let's just have a look at the draw in full and the route you could take to get to the final. My mistake, Roma beat Feyenoord to win the 2021-22 Europa Conference League, but then lost the following season, the 2022-23 UEFA Europa League final, to Seville on penalties. Anyway, let's now look at the Europa Conference League draw. So there's some interesting ties in this. Real Betis from La Liga face Guimarães from the Portuguese league. I think Betis should easily overcome and win this one. Copenhagen are at home to Chelsea. Again, Chelsea are the open favourites. I'd be very surprised if they didn't get through. Then we've got Norwegian side Molde, who finished 5th last year, which by their standards is probably a bit disappointing. against Polish side Liga Warsaw, who are currently 4th. And this is an interesting one to call, and again this could over the 2 legs go to penalties, and Molde only just got through beating Shamrock Rovers on penalties in the last round, so I'm going to go for Liga Warsaw to win this one. Now the next one's interesting one. It's Panathinaikos, they're currently 3rd in the Greek league, and they're playing Fiorentina, who are down to 7th now. Greek teams have had a bit of a revival in Europe the last couple of seasons, but Fiorentina have made hard work with some of these games in recent years. But again, I'm going to go for Fiorentina to win this one over the 2 legs. And the next one is Bosnian team, Borac Banja Luka. I think this is the furthest side from Bosnia have got in European competitions, also, especially since they've had independence, and they're currently 2nd, and they're playing SK Rapid Vienna from Austria. As you know now, Vienna are currently in 5th, and that then isn't a great season. Do you know what? I'm going to call an upset here and go for Borac Banja Luka to win this. Again, it could easily go to penalties, this one, but I think they'll be fired up and they'll fancy chances, because it could have easily got a tougher draw. The next one is Slovenia side Cel, I think it's pronounced CELG, Cel. They are currently 5th in their league, but they've done alright this year. Now Lugano are 4th, and for a while they were top of the league. I think it's the final year in their stadium. On paper I'd say the Swiss league stronger. I'm going to go for Lugano win for this one over 2 legs, but this is what I like about the Conference League this year. There's so many unknown sides here aside from Chelsea. It's so open and so competitive, and this is like a football traditionalist like me likes to see these different teams. Next one, I need some pronunciation lessons, is Jagiellonia from Poland, and they're in 3rd place in the Polish league. They're playing Belgium side Cercle Bruges, who are currently in 12th. And again, on paper you'd say the Belgian league stronger, but not necessarily. The Polish league is quite competitive. I'm going to go for the Polish side to win this one, or at least win the first leg at home. The final tie is Cyprus side Paphos, and they're playing Swedish side Dungjarden. Again, I'm sorry about the pronunciation. It's interesting because Paphos in the last round won an all Cyprus affair against Armenia. I think I've got that right. And they won it 3-2 on aggregate. They drew the first leg 1-1 and won the second leg 2-1. Then I got confused because they've also played recently in the league. Now, in the Cyprus league, as it stands, Paphos are currently top. Now, Dungjarden, Swedish league, is currently on its break. It's not started. It's one of the summer leagues. Well, last season they finished 4th. Now, in Paphos' favour, they're probably in for season playing, and that could go in their advantage. And Dungjarden were 12 points off league leaders Malmo last year, but only 1 point off 2nd place. It'd be an interesting tie because Paphos are playing well and will fancy their chances really. So, you know what? I'm actually going to call a Paphos win or the first leg. But over the 2 legs, I'd probably fancy Dungjarden to be stronger and get through. Like I said, that's what makes this competition interesting, because anything can happen, and on the day, anyone can beat anyone. So now let's just have a look at the full path for the European Conference. Again, same thing as the Champions League, Europa Conference League. Teams are seeded based on where they finished. So teams will know the path through potentially to the final. And that's all for that. So I'm Tommy Oldham. Thank you for watching. Why not tell me in the comments who you think will win the Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference League. I'll see you on the terraces.